The Wizarding World of Harry Potter is home to many great destinations, villages, schools, and so much more. Today, we'll be talking about every single shop in one of the more famous villages, Hogsmeade. Just the record, not all of the shops will be canon. I'll also be including shops from theme parks, video games, or any time they appeared in the Harry Potter world. I was thinking of doing this for Diagon Alley, but there are just too many shops. So, from buying brooms to visiting one of the most famous joke shops, here is every single shop in the wonderful village of Hogsmeade. We start with Caradwyn's Cauldrons. Located on the high street, this shop specialized in cauldrons and featured a self-stirring cauldron in the front window. Caradwyn's Cauldrons first appeared in the Wizarding World of Harry Potter, a theme park in Orlando, as part of a Diagon Alley expansion. Caradwyn's Cauldrons also appeared in the Harry Potter video game, Hogwarts Legacy. Although it didn't appear in the original series, I still thought I should include it. Next, we have Dervish and Bangs. This was a Hogsmeade wizarding equipment shop that sold and repaired magical instruments and other stuff. This included sneakoscopes. The shop was located near the end of High Street. In 1995, several pictures of Death Eaters appeared in the windows of Dervish and Bangs after they escaped Azkaban. Dervish and Bangs first appeared in Harry Potter the Prisoner of Azkaban. It also appeared in Hogwarts Legacy, and there's a recreation of it in the theme park in Orlando. Next, we have Dogweed and Deathcap. Although not canon, this was still a pretty cool shop. This is a herbology shop that sold exotic plants and flowers, also presumably the Deathcap. The interior of this shop was supported by the branches of a large tree. This shop was run by a witch named Beatrice Green in the 1890s. During her time, one of the customers knocked over a mandrake, resulting in their death. Beatrice warned customers never to knock over mandrakes after this incident. Dogweeds are flowers like daisies known to grow in the US and Mexico. Deathcaps are a poisonous fungus that can be lethal if ingested and are spread all across Europe. Neither of the flowers are known to be very useful, but the name sounds cool, so hats off to them. Next, we have Dominic Maestro's music shop, run by Dominic Maestro, a musician who once won an award at Hogwarts. Not much is known about the shop other than the fact that it likely held many interesting magical and non-magical instruments. Dominic Maestro's music shop first appeared in the Wizarding World of Harry Potter and went on to appear in 4 more Harry Potter video games. We now come to one of the bigger and more known shops in Hogsmeade, Gladrag's Wizardwear. Gladrag's Wizardwear was a clothing shop full of all sorts of quirky merchandise and seemed to specialize in strange socks. In 1995, Harry, Ron, and Hermione went into Gladrag's to buy a present for the house elf Dobby. They picked out the most absurd socks they could find, which included a pair with flashing stars and ones that screamed when they got too smelly. Gladrag's also had a large billboard-sized advertisement at the World Cup. It is also noted that a smaller shop is located in it called Fickle Fabrics. This shop seemed to be one of the more popular clothing stores in Hogsmeade and was likely visited by students buying robes, casual clothes, gifts, and more. Gladrag's first appeared in Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire and has appeared in many more video games throughout the years. There is also a recreation of it at the theme park in Orlando. Next, we have the Wizarding Hairdressing Salon. This is located across the street from Honeyduke's and was where wizards and witches in the area got their hair cut. This was confusing for me as only 30 years and up were allowed to enter Hogsmeade. Where did the younger kids get haircuts? Perhaps it was cut magically by Madame Pomfrey or something like that? Anyway, the shop was first seen in the Prisoner of Azkaban film. Next is the Hogshead Inn. The most noted shop so far, the Hogshead, was a questionable shop located a few streets off of High Street. The inn was owned and operated by Aberforth Dumbledore in the 1990s, and it was owned earlier by Jasper Trout. It was known for its cheapness and attracted a strange crowd. The inside of the bar was one dingy and dirty room that didn't have a pleasant smell. Above the fireplace upstairs was a portrait of Ariana Dumbledore, later revealed to be a secret passage to the castle. The Hogshead reputation wasn't great either. It seemed to be a shady and dodgy place, and many customers hid their faces. The Hogshead also held place to a fairly important part of the first book, when Hagrid let slip the details of Fluffy the Squirrel and one Norbert. The bar first appeared in the Philosopher's Stone and appeared in many more Wizarding World things. Next is the Hogsmeade Post Office. This building housed at least 200 to 300 owls. Their main job was to deliver post. The owls were color-coded due to how fast they arrived at their destination. In the 1993-1994 school year, Ron and Hermione visited it and later told Harry about it. When Harry gained access to Hogsmeade via the invisibility cloak, they showed him around as well as other shops. The post office first appeared in The Prisoner of Azkaban and went on to appear in many more video games as well as the theme park. Next isn't exactly a shop, but I couldn't leave it out. This is Hogsmeade Station. This is a tiny dark platform where the Hogwarts Express ended its journey. The railway served both Hogsmeade and Hogwarts. The station was located near the Black Lake, and a road extended from it to Hogwarts Castle. The station was built in the early 1800s. Hogsmeade Station appears in multiple films, the theme park, and many video games as well. Arguably the most famous shop, we have Honeydukes. The sweet shop of your dreams, Honeydukes had everything you needed to cure your sweet tooth. It held everything from every flavor beans, fizzing Whizbees, sherbet balls, ice mice, and so much more. It was first established in 1641 and located on High Street. In addition to all the candy sold there, the owners also made their own fudge and chocolate. Obviously, Honeydukes was by far one of the most popular shops for young witches and wizards, and on weekends it was so packed it was hard to move around in there. Honeydukes also has the entrance of a secret passageway to Hogwarts through the cellar. Honeydukes also maintained the supply of sweets for the food trolley on the Hogwarts Express. Honeydukes was first introduced in Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban, and has been in tons of more Wizarding World places since. Next, we have none other than Madame Puddifoot's tea shop. This shop was located on a side road off High Street. It was very popular among students and served many kinds of drinks. We know this tea shop from Harry's outing with Cho that, as we know, went terribly wrong. The inside decoration of Madame Puddifoot's was pink and frilly, reminding Harry of Umbridge's office. The tea shop first appeared in Order of the Phoenix and was also added to the Universal theme park in Orlando. Next, we have the notoriously famous wand shop, Ollivander's. Although the one you're likely thinking of is in Diagon Alley, there is also a branch in Hogsmeade. The shop was quite narrow and filled with shelves upon shelves of wands. The purpose of the store was to find a wand perfect to the wizard or witch. The wand chooses the wizard was what Ollivander said about the topic. The Hogsmeade branch was located on High Street and was very similar to the one in Diagon Alley. A wand here cost 7 galleons, which seems surprisingly cheap considering the long-term value. The shop first appeared in the Philosopher's Stone and appeared in tons more stuff later. Next, we have the local writing supply shop called Scrivenshaft's Quill Shop. This shop sold various types of quills, parchment, and more writing supplies, usually to the students of Hogwarts. This shop also sold interesting items like rainbow ink and extra-large quills. In 1995, Scrivenshaft was visited by Hermione at least once after she said she could use a new quill. It appeared in the Order of the Phoenix, was mentioned in the Half-Blood Prince, and appeared as a recreation at the Orlando Resort. I know, I'm well aware this isn't a shop, but I couldn't leave out the Shrieking Shack. This abandoned house was definitely one of the most important places in Hogsmeade. Most believe it was haunted, but it was really just Remus Lupin in his werewolf form. It was said not even the Hogwarts ghost would enter it. The entrance from the Hogwarts grounds was through the base of the Whomping Willow. The Shrieking Shack also held place to the interrogation and escape of Peter Pettigrew, definitely an important part of the series. We were first introduced to the shack in Prisoner of Azkaban and see it much more throughout the series and beyond. Next up, we have Spintwitch's Sporting Needs. This was a shop in Hogsmeade that sold sporting goods and Quidditch supplies. I imagine this shop would be decently popular as well, considering the popularity of Quidditch. This store also sold broomsticks and could have been a place young Quidditch players bought their brooms. Although not truly canon, this shop appeared in Harry Potter Limited Edition, the theme park in Orlando, and Hogwarts Legacy. Next up, we have the immensely popular shop, the Three Broomsticks. This was an inn and pub often packed with people and was seen as warm and welcoming. Popular drinks such as butterbeer and fire whiskey were served here, as well as gilly water, mead, and more. The shop was owned and operated by Madame Rosmerta. This place held many monumental moments, including Harry's realization of Sirius and James's friendship, Katie being cursed by a package she received from here, and more. The Three Broomsticks appeared in every movie or book up from The Prisoner of Azkaban. It also, of course, has a recreation in Orlando. Next, we have Tomes and Scrolls. Although not canon, this appeared in Hogwarts Legacy, the theme park in Orlando, Lego Harry Potter, and more. This is a specialist bookshop with an enchanted staircase that would reveal itself whenever a particular book was moved in the shop. This shop was established in 1768. The second to last shop is the Wizarding Wireless Network, usually referred to as WWN. This was not actually a shop, but a Wizarding Wireless station located on the High Street of Hogsmeade. Many singers and bands appeared on this radio station, including Celestina Warbeck, the Weird Sisters, and more. Many wizard-born children grew up listening to this radio station, and it was quite important in the Wizarding world. The Wizarding Wireless Network appeared in many things Harry Potter related. And finally, we have Zonko's Joke Shop, one of, if not the most popular shop. Students from Hogwarts would regularly visit the shop on their trips to Hogsmeade, as it sold stuff used for pranks or for fun. They sold stink pellets, dung bombs, trick wands, and more. Zonkos is mentioned several times throughout the film series, most notably when Ron is describing Hogsmeade to Harry for the first time. Zonkos was mostly a shop for fun, and it was probably a relief to visit for Hogwarts students after taking a tough test or exam. It seems Filch hated Zonkos, though, as he was the one to clean up all the students' pranks and messes. Zonkos was mentioned in every Harry Potter book out from the Prisoner of Azkaban, and there was, of course, a recreation of the shop in the Orlando theme park. These 19 shops are every single shop we know of in the village of Hogsmeade. Maybe if this video is popular, I'll do a Diagon Alley version, who knows. What shop would you visit first in Hogsmeade? Let me know in the comments, and thanks for watching. Peace.